We must all be proud of the hard work and dedication contributed by all stakeholders in the football industry that has gone into making our industry stronger. I'm happy at the positive spirit and can-do attitude exhibited by the staff and various committee members in the execution of our commitment to the sector. Our annual meeting also gives us the opportunity to commune with all valued stakeholders as we review the depth and breadth of activities and initiatives over the last 12 months. The Ghana Football Association recently welcomed a very special guest on behalf of Ghana into the country. Dr. Patrice Motsepe, President of the Confederation of African Football, visited the country as part of his familiarization tour to member associations on the African continent. He confirmed his strong admiration for the pedigree of Ghanaian football we carry as a nation and on the continent and on the global stage. I join all member associations in saying that we look forward to working with Dr. Motsepe in his bid to bring in transformational change to the game on the African continent. One quote of his that resonates with me states, "I'm not going to be president of an association that 4 years from now has not made practical and tangible progress. It's not going to happen," quote and unquote. These are words that profoundly resonate with the administration or this administration's vision for Ghana football. This has become evident in all the developmental interventions that have been established at our football association since October 25, 2019. My colleagues here in GADEC, it takes a collective contribution of everyone who claims to be a fan, a football lover, and a stakeholder of our dear industry to pave the way for excellence in winning trophies and titles. We all know that wishes and passion alone do not win titles. It takes determination, effort from everyone and everybody to push Ghana football to the next step of achievement. The development of our football in the last 12 months has climbed a notch higher as the FA sought to channel resources towards strengthening skills and capacities of both domestic and national football competitions. The journey towards maintaining a valuable and credible brand for Ghanaian football cannot be rushed. We are steadily making progress in the development of a near-perfect football industry. Indeed, our progress report presented today comprises of training, sponsorship, competitions, and much more. And I can confirm that the FA has truly been busy in our determination in effecting the desired change. Key talking points. Our technical directorate. For the first time, as I mentioned during our last meeting here, we have a fully functional technical directorate headed by Bernard Lepay. The TD, as he is affectionately called, has created and supervised various trainings for coaches, which included refresher courses for the all-important CAF License A certificate holders, beginners courses that took place in the 10 regions for License A trainees, and also refresher courses for License B and C holders, which will be coming up in the next few days and weeks. I must say, one of the highlights of the training sessions held by the Technical Directorate included the training of national teams and Premier League coaches, which was held in March with the top German coach and UEFA coaching instructor, Eric Riedmuller, as the main facilitator. The outcome of these training sessions was the Ghana Football Association's DNA comprehensive document, which will be made available to all stakeholders to read very, very soon. Overview of other projects. Other projects that the Ghana Football Association undertook include, but not limited to, the purchase of computers and other IT equipment for our various regional offices across the country, In the same vein, IT equipment were also purchased to support administrative work of our various Premier League and Division 1 clubs, not forgetting our women Premier League clubs. Again, our strategy to improve competitions saw us invest in the construction of boreholes across the country. The borehole project, which is taken off in earnest, is being supported by FIFA through the FIFA Forward 1.0 strategy. The Ghana Football Association also invested $100,000 in the purchase of 6,000 footballs that were used by regional football associations in the development of regional football across the country. My dear colleagues, Ghana football is still reeling from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. It will be recalled that this disease changed the dynamics of our sport as a whole, but most especially for our fans. Today, we continue to operate with a 25% fan capacity at the various stadia to ensure COVID protocols are adhered to. In the course of the year, the government of Ghana supported the domestic leagues financially in the acknowledgement of the hardships they were enduring. FIFA also released funds under the COVID-19 Relief Fund, which offered support towards the local industry, but most admirably, our women's leagues or our women clubs, who also received in total $500,000. I'm happy to say that in the last few weeks, the Ghana Football Association has been engaging government and all key stakeholders in our attempt to ensure that the fan admission capacity at our stadia goes up beyond the 25%. In the next few days, I'm very positive that we should be having some good news so we can admit more fans at our various stadia in the country. One of the key parts of our football ecosystem that is so dear to my heart is juvenile football. If you remember, during our last Congress, I did say that a lot of emphasis will not only be placed on women's football, but also juvenile football. I'm happy to say that the FA launched the much-awaited juvenile season, and all juvenile leagues across the 10 regions were honored. I say kudos to our RFAs for a good job well done. We did not stop there. We persevered in the open public sector, looking for partners to support juvenile football. And as you may have heard, we found a partner in KGL, especially in the KGL Foundation, who are going to invest $1 million in juvenile football, especially the much announced U17 Interclub Champions League and the regional middle leagues across the country. We are talking about juvenile football. The first ever U17 Interclub Juvenile Champions League will take place in Accra from December 6th to the 20th of December. Can we clap for KGL Foundation, please? In the same line of encouraging our kids to be part of the football ecosystem, to develop their passion for football quite early, the Football Association also introduced what we call the Academy Young refereeing policy, where kids who have the right levels of passion for refereeing were encouraged to veer or to venture into officiating. In saying this, let me also say that the referees manager or the refereeing department have worked very well with our RFAs, and they have ensured that our Academy Young refereeing policy took off in a very good way, and kids across the length and breadth of the country have been involved in officiating juvenile leagues in the just ended football season. Indeed, products from the Academy Young refereeing policy will be at the center stage when we host the U17 Interclub Champions League beginning the 6th of December. Same in line with refereeing, our FA took a number of steps to ensure that our referees are well motivated and to ensure that they deliver according to the ethics of their profession. One of the very latest interventions is the announcement of our partnership with ZAZ, who are sponsoring the official apparels for referees in our top flight. So each referee for this season have already received 3 sets of uniforms that they would use in the course of the season. And talking about referees, we woke up this morning hearing about some match officials who are reported to have received some money in the just ended football season. The Executive Council this morning asked the General Secretary and the Referees Committee to take out those names that have come into the public domain and ensure that investigations are conducted towards the behavior of those persons before they can be readmitted into the refereeing family. Club licensing has been key on the agenda for the Football Association in the last 2 years, and we appreciate the efforts of club owners, club executives in ensuring that all of us respect the calls from the club licensing committee, and that would ensure that our lives are protected, our games are protected, and everybody in our football industry will enjoy football to the best of our ability. I would say kudos to Dr. Kwame Banyako and your team for the hard work, and I will humbly appeal to everybody here to cooperate fully with the club licensing committee as they work towards making all of us eventually happy. In the last few days, the Football Association launched the 2021-2022 football season, a season that we believe will be very interesting, a season that will have all the good ingredients of association football. At the launch, we also announced that the official match ball for the season would be tempo balls. If you remember, we announced here last year that we had signed an agreement with Procal, our consulting company, who brought on board Macron. This year, they came back with a new brand for us for the upcoming season. So we'll not be using Macron anymore. Beginning this year, the new footballs for us will be the high quality tempo balls, which we have already adored. Again, talking about the new season, I wish to use this platform to say kudos to our 3 new clubs who are joining the top flight. Accra Lions, RTU, and BBN Gold Stars. We say Ayoko for joining the top elite clubs in our league. National teams and international competitions. After a series of qualifier games ahead of 2022 World Cup in Qatar, I can confidently say that the senior national team, the Black Stars, are poised to win the remaining games to be able to make it to the Mondial in Qatar. We would obviously ask for your prayers and support as we clear the last all-important group games in the upcoming, in the next few days. Not too long ago, Your Football Association had a meeting with the Vice President of the country, and we spoke about quite a number of issues, including, but not limited to, the following. We're asking for tax reliefs or tax bonds for companies who are interested in supporting the football industry. We are asking that the laws connected to tax reliefs or tax bonds, for example, are made much clearer, so that the private sector will be much encouraged in investing in our football. We are also saying that our payment of 17.5 VAT on football revenue is quite on the high. We also know that there are other providers of entertainment who pay much lesser than 17.5, and we believe that football should also be considered by the government in ensuring that our clubs would also have more revenue. We are also very much concerned about the activities of betting companies in the country. So betting and the activities of betting companies was one of the key topics that we discussed with His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic. We also touched on official policy to ensure that there is support and adequate support for clubs who compete on the African continent representing Ghana. I'm talking about both male and female clubs who represent Ghana in CAF organized competitions and beyond. We also spoke and appreciated the fact that the government have been investing in football pitches across the country. What we are asking for is that for every district, there must be one official AstroTurf. These are part of the discussions that we had with His Excellency in that all-important meeting that we had with him. My colleagues, I'm extremely excited about the fact that for the first time in many years, our football industry has been able to fully complete a full football season without much challenges. What do I mean by this? For the first time in many years, all competitions of our football association and all regional competitions have been able to go through successfully. We should be proud of our hard work. Again, I'm extremely happy of the return of juvenile football after so many years. As we get ready into the new season, it's so important that we all get ourselves ready for the demands of our new season. Like I said earlier, we are engaging government to ensure that we have more fans accessing our games. But one of the key requirements, my colleagues, will be the need for all of us to ensure that we are vaccinated to be able to access football. So what that means is that all our players and staff will be vaccinated. Indeed, that process has started. And all football fans who would want to access our football games live at the various stadia must prove that they have received vaccination. In the next few weeks, the Football Association, through the FIFA Forward 1.0, would again invest $100,000 in the purchase of footballs for regional football development. Again, we have 10 active national teams and 2 passive national teams. And all these national teams have access to only one bus. We think this is not good enough. The Football Association, through the FIFA Forward 1.0, would invest in the purchase of a new bus for our various football national teams. My colleagues, in parting, let me thank the following companies who've had the belief and trust in your football association and who continue to invest in our various products and in our various activities. In no particular order: Awake, Woodin, Puma, Bethel, Melcom, Standard Chartered, Souvenir Paints, and MTN, proud sponsors of the MTN FA Cup. Again, for the Premier League, in no particular order: Melcom, Woodin, STC, Temple Balls, NASCO, ZAZ, and Star Times for the live coverage of our games. For the Women's Premier League, in no particular order, credit should go to Decathlon, Woodin, Melcom, NASCO, and ZAZ. and talking about decathlon, all clubs in the Women's Premier League will be receiving their logistical support immediately after this Congress. And through the kind courtesy of Woodin, clubs in the Premier League and the Women's Premier League would also receive some items from Woodin. In departing, we've already had 2 years of hard work, 2 years of sacrifices, not only from club owners, from the media, but also from the staff at the headquarters and across the country. But it's also important that we keep our eyes firmly on the end vision of this football industry or the Football Association as we go through the next 2 years. The next 2 years will be challenging. The competition will be much higher than we had last year. The next year especially will see us moving into a Premier League that will be autonomously managed. The 2 years ahead of us will see an introduction of an 18-team National Division 1 league. Obviously, the results and positions on the league table at the end of the season will determine the clubs who will be part of the 18-team National Division 1 league. And I'm sure very soon the General Secretary will also speak to the new football structure that we intend to roll out to our dear members. The whole idea is to ensure that we add value to our football, we add value to our football clubs, and we make football more enjoyable to the millions of people who love the sport. Colleague members on the Executive Council, former chairman of the Football Association, proud club owners, executives, administrators, I'm extremely happy, and I'm extremely happy about the way we conducted ourselves last year. I'm very happy about the sacrifices that we all made. And because of the sacrifices we all made last year, I'm very positive about our tomorrow. Our tomorrow looks very interesting. Our tomorrow will be very, very competitive because of our desire to excel. Our tomorrow will bring in its wake good tidings for football. And because of the way we have behaved yesterday, in the weeks past, and in the years past, I'm very, very convinced and positive about the unity of this family going forward. Football, like I said last year, must always bring all of us together. All of us here have one vision, the vision to enjoy our sport, the vision to organize the best of football, and the vision to take our club football and the national team football to the international level, and our vision to roll out excellent football products for the people who consume our sport to be happy about. So we all have a common vision. However, we would sometimes differ from how to arrive at the end vision. My colleagues, that doesn't mean that you are wrong, and that doesn't mean I'm in the wrong. The fact that you want to use a different route to achieve the same goal doesn't mean you are wrong or I am wrong. For which reason it's important that all of us put our eyes firmly on the end vision. Our vision to clean our sport from betting and match fixing allegations. Our vision to ensure that we eradicate hooliganism from our sport. Our vision to ensure that our referees give up their best. Our vision to ensure that we produce the best of champions to represent Ghana. Our vision to ensure that we produce the best intangible assets in the football ecosystem. Our vision to keep this unit here as a family. We all have one vision. I will urge all of us to believe in the vision. I will urge all of us to stay together. I will urge all of us to believe that football is the reason why we are together. Football would always bring all of us from diverse backgrounds together. Football must always unite all of us. Thank you very much, and I wish all of you the best in the new season. Thank you.